teachers, you all are quite intelligent people who are like able to homeschool your kids. For an ordinary couple, like how can they adopt to this system if they are not knowledgeable enough to kind of educate their children? What is it like? What is your advice?
So it's not for everyone, and you mustn't do it unless you're confident enough. You cannot depend on something like when I started, I was a teacher, I saw other children. It is very, very important to see other children apart yours, because you tend to be biased. Our children, my child, we see as good all the time. But if you don't see how other children grow, how the general formula for growth in cognition or the child development of those things, I strongly disapprove. Do not engage in this entire endeavor, because it's a responsibility at the end of the day. And the other dangerous part in Sri Lanka is we do not have a monitoring system like other countries who have this in the mainstream. Homeschooling is another option from the mainstream. But here, even in the mainstream, the monitoring system is highly outdated. All those evaluations are wrong. And so the reason why it is compulsory for children to forego education, it does not say school education, but it is necessary. The law was brought in the early 80s simply because children were taken to as servants and abused. So to stop that, it was made compulsory. So that's why the law is there. Keeping them at home does not necessarily mean that they are being not educated. Education comes in different forms, non-formal, informal, and formal, where we know as a fact that informal and non-formal modes are the most effective ways a child will learn other than structured, formal, extreme. So my advice whenever a mother calls is either, if you have not taught in a school, take the time to go and teach in a school, be a teacher, and see how these things happen in other children, because you tend to be biased otherwise. And know about education, the philosophy of education, child development, those things are very much essential. Without knowing that, you can't embark on these things. And sometimes people call me and ask, okay, what do I do next? The first thing I say is, do not depend on me, because homeschooling often is a nuclear system of education. It depends, we are the responsible authorities, the parents. so long as how we see the world, that's how the kids get. So take for example an artist couple, they see the world, their experiences are solely going to be different from ours. So then the children will have a different type of experience again. So, and what they give the children will also be different. So it is, it's not structured, it's highly unstructured. So if you want, it's a huge responsibility at the end of the day. So the best advice I'd say is, do not embark on it if you do not know what education is, and do not try to rely on other people, because their experiences again are going to be different from one another. So, yeah.